Today, what I wanted to quickly talk about is the changes that I've had in my diet plan. So I am not all the way dressed I haven't gotten myself all the way ready this morning because I'm going to be going running. Today's a run day. At home, the other 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I do CrossFit. And the other days are running days. I have a 5K on Saturday. And so we'll see how I do with that. I'll be happy if I can run like the first mile straight, walk, and then run the anyway. So that's my workout schedule. I'm gonna also be adding in we have a home gym, which you can see in the pictures from last week, day in the life. We have lots of free weights in there, and so I'm going to be adding in probably Sergey's, like what's it called, one of his tape from the Beachbody series that's all weights. So I'll be adding some of that in because I feel like I love CrossFit, but I'm not getting as much muscle definition and muscle build back as I did when you do focused muscle groups. And I actually miss that kind of soreness where you're like, oh, my traps, oh, my this, oh, my that. So I'm going to be building that back in. So anyways, so that's what I'm doing with my exercise. I absolutely love it. Running is really changing my body like it did in years past. I used to run. I got to be up to about 4 miles a day. I was very thin at that point. I was probably 120 some pounds. I'll see if I can find some pictures to drop in this video. But when I got married, I was 128, between 128 and low 130s. I lost a lot of weight right before, the few weeks before. I was 135 steadily, which was heavy for me at the time. But I think, I dropped 10 pounds the last couple weeks. I was so stressed out. So I got down to 128. So my normal carrying weight before was between 125 and 128, but I was doing that really unhealthily. And I told you all, thank God I've been delivered from an eating disorder, but I had that for years. And so now whenever I increase calories or have any changes, my body is so adaptive. It's smart. And it's oh, there's going to be a famine again. Let's just hold on to everything we got. So it's been really difficult for me. I had surgery. And for some people, they go on this great honeymoon, and just because they've reduced portion sizes, they lose weight, and they're like, I eat what I want, and I just, that's not me. There's also a lot of people that have to work at it like me, but they still have very consistent weight loss. Not me. So I have really had to, it's been trial and error, and I'm like, what can I do after I went through that initial weight loss, because you all are going to lose weight in the very beginning if you had surgery, because you're fasting. Duh. You can't eat for, dang near 2 weeks before, a month before, and 2 weeks after, a month after. You gradually up your calories that of course you're going to lose weight. You're not consuming 500 calories. But then again, here I am again, putting my body in a stressful state of famine. And so as soon as I added those calories back, it's in low gear and it adjusts. It's so frustrating. So here's what I'm doing right now. Stay as low carb as possible. Some days I try to keep it around 20. I'm not necessarily saying I'm doing keto, because if I'm adding carbs back with vegetables or whatever, I'm like, whatever. I'm definitely intermittent fasting. So I started off with 12 to 13 hours, gradually increasing. And then last night I did a 16-hour fast. Today I'm going to try to do 16 hours. There's such good research. You guys can Google intermittent fasting. For those of you who tried it, comment below. Tell me, what success you've had. I think it's all a personal thing. I will never go over 16 hours for those that do what is it called, OMAD or whatever, where you eat once a day. Because with VSGers, we can't consume that kind of volume. I can't sit down and have these monstrous meals that people have. My volume is so small, and when I don't eat for long periods of time, it almost does a pouch reset. So therefore, when I go to sit down and eat, my meals are even a third of what they've been now. And so that concerns me because I don't want my calories to get too low. So I've still been able to do okay between, like, if I eat between 12 and 6 or 12 and 8. So I will never go lower than that, just because I won't be able to get the calories in. And I'm having, like, I stay full for a long time, which I don't know if that comes from fasting. So I don't want my calories to get, my body to get in starvation mode again. But the research is really good for those who are insulin resistant, and they say that in some ways it can kind of like correct insulin resistance, or make you, the threshold for the cells kind of go down where they easily accept insulin, etc. So I probably will keep doing it, because it's not only that, your cells, like, you get a chance to detoxify. And I have noticed the inflammation, like with psoriasis, has gotten better since I've been fasting. I did notice that too when I fasted, when we got ready to have surgery. My psoriasis on my feet was like completely gone, and normally it's at a very okay level compared to what it was in the past, since I've started using holistic methods to combat it. But when I say gone, like, did you ever have it gone? Normally I have just, like, I can tell that I have some sort of inflammation on my feet, but it's not bad. This is like, I couldn't tell at all. So I know that it relies in the gut and something is irritating it. I've tried going gluten-free. I've tried doing different, you know, diets and sensitivity diets for that before, and it didn't really do a whole lot. So I have noticed it's gotten better with resting the gut and making sure I get those probiotics in. The things that I am doing outside of keeping my carbs low, I've been trying to keep the quality of my food much wholer, or what should I say? You know, more fresh things, making sure we're eating at home, making sure whatever I'm consuming, it's something that I've cooked. We have eaten out a lot less, even healthy things, just not even salads, nothing. I think we've eaten out like once in the last 3 or 4 weeks or something like that as a family. And now when I do, like, even when I get desperate and I eat something keto-ish out, I don't feel good, y'all. I feel so much better when I eat good quality, clean food. I just do. I'm starting to notice a difference that I feel like yuck. Okay. So keeping my food clean, that's the main one. And then implementing the intermittent fasting. Now, I will not be doing every day. I'm not going to do on the weekends. My idea is to do Sunday through Thursday, leaving Friday, Saturday open, because we do more family things. We like to watch movies. We stay up later. I want to have popcorn with my family at night. I want to be able to have the flexibility of date night and not have to be like, I got to eat by 7 o'clock, or, you know, that's it. So that's why I'm leaving that open, to have some normalcy. What I am changed that I'm not doing, I cannot lie to you, weekends used to be a free-for-all. It was like, I would eat great during the week, and they always say you can't out-exercise a bad diet, and you can't cheat yourself through a whole weekend and think that you're going to have a net gain or net loss. It just doesn't work. It's like you're defeating your purpose, you know? So I'm giving myself more freedom on the weekends, but not a free-for-all. Not okay, I'm going to have pizza on Friday, and then we're going to go out on Saturday, and if the kids have donuts, I'll have a couple, but It is, let me think about what it is, something that I really want to have, and eat that. Or maybe my carbs are a little bit higher on the weekend, so I'm getting like a CKD, a cyclo-ketogenic diet. And by the way, I always, even back in the day when I was losing tons of weight, when I was doing low carb, I always did better when I cycled my carbs. So, keto for me, for long periods of time, I would just kind of like, you have this big whoosh, I would lose 10 pounds, and then I'd phase out, and it would just be like very slow. When I would add carbs in, I'd be all paranoid, like, oh my God, I'm going to gain all this weight, blah, 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 blah. And I would have a whoosh. I would have a kind of a gain from just eating the carbs and holding on to the water for that weekend, because that would always be when I would cheat. And then I would go back to keto like that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And by Tuesday, I had lost all the water weight, and I would always have a huge drop in the scale. Every single time I would consume lots of carbs. So don't want to consume lots of carbs, but I probably will be doing closer to a CKD, not like, you know, some people do cycle ketogenic where they're doing 2 days of keto, 1 day. I can't break it up like that. I really need to have several days of having low carb, and then like choosing the weekend, just not going nuts, if that makes any sense. I have been up and down the same like 3-4 pounds since Thanksgiving, y'all. I just had surgery. That makes no sense. So like I have been in the 190s. I mean, I got out of the 190s in Thanksgiving, and then stayed there up and down, 189, 187. I think the lowest was 185, maybe once, but I was like sick. Back up, 186. Then I'd go back up to 189, back down. But I just had, since I started doing the fasting, a huge drop in the body fat percentage on the scale. Like within like 3%, like crazy. And always for me, I have a drop in the body fat on the scale before I see it in scale weight. And then like the next week, I'll start to drop weight. So this week I started out, or last week I started out at, I think it was like 188. I had some regain after hitting like 180, I think it was like 186. This week I'm 184. It's all since starting intermittent fasting. So I'm going to stay the course, because my goal was to be 180 by Friday. Can I go from 184 to 180 on Friday? Probably not. I would probably have to starve myself, and I could see myself doing that, but that's not good behavior. So I'll update you guys on Friday to let you know if I made it or not. Probably not, but we'll see. Never know. I'm really trying to stay on the narrow. Stay on it. Like, I'm trying to be disciplined right now, because I want out of the 180s, like completely out. I have a goal to be 160 by March. 160s would get me eligible to have my tummy tuck, and I very much want that. I have a huge panis, and I'm done with that. I'm done having babies. We had one every like 21 months. And so that is a goal. I could even wait to do the breast lift until I get my stomach done. Like that for me, and a BBL, that's what's on the list. So I really want to get to my goal, not goal weight, but where my BMI would qualify me for that in March, and then continue to tone. And if I lose more weight, great. But honestly, it's very strange for me to be the weight that I am now, the size clothes that I wear. And I've heard other VSGers talk about this. It's very strange. And I don't know if it's because there's so much extra skin, but like I'm in a 10, y'all. I'm in a 10 at 180 pounds. The last time I wore a 10, I was probably 140 or 50 pounds. It's very weird. And I'm not the only one that experienced that, like how quickly, you're like, I wear medium tops, some larges, but I'm starting to get in the mediums. I shouldn't be there at the scale weight I am now. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if it's bone density from carrying so much weight. If you had experienced the same with that, for other people that have had extreme weight loss, let me know. It's very odd. It's like I shouldn't be that size, but I do. And it's like being a 10 all day long too, like no matter what store. I'm not talking about just them stretchy jeans you get from Maurice's. No, like I can walk in and get that size, and it's true anywhere I go. So that's what I'm doing to update y'all. I'll see if I can drop a few pictures, currently before and after pictures, and Friday I'll see if I can jump on here and update you to see if I met my goal or not. But that's the update. I love having you all on my journey. I post more than just weight loss stuff, y'all, and I would love for you to follow my journey of my family just through motherhood. Home economics is my thing. Anything frugal is my thing. Recipes, you name it. I love, love, love being a mom and all of that. So please like, share, and subscribe, and please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button. And until next time, thanks for joining Mom Saving Grace.